Hello there, right here. Welcome to our live stream. Today's our Wednesday live stream. It is January 3rd. We made it into January, guys. The last stream we did was... Yeah, last stream we did was technically last year on the 31st. It's crazy. It's like they're running ads, so let me get announcements sent out. Meanwhile, I'll throw up that in the chat. And I'll let everybody know that we are live streaming. Posting onto my community tab. As well as Twitter. Wait. Okay. Got those all sent off. Also in the voice call, Nada's here. Hey, Nada. I think today we're going to continue working on the 1.21 auto crafters. I think we should be able to do the calculations to see what is going to be the best fuel source between azalea moss farm, a kelp block farm, and a bamboo farm. If you have time, Nada, you just write out a small message saying something related to that. There was not a snapshot, new snapshot today. I didn't think there was gonna be a new snapshot, but they did fix a bunch of bugs related to snapshot. So there's probably gonna be even more bug fixes. I'm guessing maybe next week that should come out with the snapshot. There's quite a bit to that. Alright, so we got our Christmas music playing. Christmas, I think Christmas technically ends on the 11th January, something like that. We'll continue that up. Also got a controller going. A controller, but yeah. The ad's gonna end in a couple seconds and we can welcome everybody into the stream. Yeah, I hope you guys all had a great Christmas and Happy New Year. We are now in 2024. It's kind of mind-boggling. Hope you guys have a good holiday. And some people still got holiday continuing. You know, some people's holiday ends like next weekend when that finishes up. Let me know if you guys are still in holiday or not. We don't have a new snapshot today. Probably the next snapshot we look at is going to be another one related to 1.20.5, right? Is that what it is? 5? Yeah. Kind of crazy. I did send out announcements letting everybody know that we are live streaming. Let me welcome in everybody into the chat. Of course, Naz here. We also got A Red TV. Fishy also says, "Hey Ray, I saw your automatic wither farm on Reddit. Looks crazy. Thank you so much." I think that's the one where the wither farm plus like the beacon farm. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. We read a little message of what we're gonna do. Ray is working on figuring out the best uses for the 1.21 crafter. the moment. Testing. Help. Blocks. Verse. Bamboo. Verse. Moss or moss farm for you. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, no new snapshot. But that's kind of to be expected. When they have these holidays. Also add a newest video that uploaded. Wait, let's get going. Just talk about the snapshot made me think of something. Let's just double check. Sometimes I have some weird ideas. I was just looking up at the mob vote thing. I see that the Wikipedia even has it wrong. Wikipedia has armadillos coming in 1.21, but it's actually 1.20. It's something I'm going to talk about in the next snapshot video. Because I was even confused by this. But the whole technically getting armadillos and sniffers in the same update. But what I want to look at is, I want to look at versions. Because we were just talking about how 1.20 is actually going to have a 1.20.5. So, like the .5 part is the minor versions. And typically they try to avoid having like too many of those. At least in the past, they used to just keep it kind of with the main ones. Only when there were some major problems would they actually come in and do like a 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.3. Well, we're saying all the way up to a 0.5. My question is, how many, or what's the most of these things, the most of these minor versions have we ever had? I think we might be able to see that by using this spreadsheet or this Wikipedia page. So like there's 1.21, as you can see here, 1.20 there's technically 1.20.0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 of them. There's 6 versions that we already know. Let's see what, I think 1.18 might be the most, or not 18, 1.8 might be the most of them. The 1.16 goes up to 5. So it's actually tied with that one. I just remember 1.8 was a pretty gnarly one. Yeah, 1.8 goes all the way up to, technically there's 10. So there's 10 versions, 10 different versions in 1.8. I don't think we're going to break that record anytime soon. I think that might be the most one. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I guess, wow. 1.7 I guess actually had 11. Okay, kind of do remember that was also a pretty bug-filled version. I think it was so bad you can't even see version 1.0 or 1.7.0. You can't see that here, or 1.7.1. Those versions are so bad. I think they quickly just like, they call it a hotfix, but they pretty much forced everybody just to go up to this version. But yeah, there's technically 11 versions of that, which is crazy. I guess 1.7 holds the record. Yeah, those are some pretty gnarly updates. I remember that, like all the troubles they were having and bugs that they were trying to fix in those 2 updates. And you can see other versions. We really don't see that. Tons and tons of versions. There's all the alphas. In ifdev. There's indev. Now there was one other thing I wanted to point out. What was it? Talked about different versions. I guess our current. Oh, okay. I know what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is, they have changed the way that they do this too. So in the past, they would kind of just like, they would continue to leave like some bugs in the game and only showed that they got fixed when the next full release came out. But like, I don't know, a year or two ago, they said that they're going to start doing more minor updates. So they're going to do more of these like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. And while they're doing those minor updates, they're also working on the major updates like 1.21. And this is why we can see two different versions going on at the same time. I don't know how that works for Bedrock Edition, because I feel like their numbers just keep getting bigger, but maybe they have two of them going at the same time. But maybe this is something I should explain in an upcoming video, because I think it's kind of fascinating the way they changed the perception. So since they did this change, we actually might see more of these bigger, or more of these minor versions between major updates. So it's possible that we actually break our record of 11 minor updates between major updates. Oh, you lost your 24 stream streak? Is that because I streamed really late last time? Wonder if you... Okay, lost it due to delay. And can you just turn on the stream and leave it open and then go to bed, or does that not work? Hey, Wayford. Oh, Altkey's also here. How you been, Altkey? Yeah, that's pretty fascinating. Maybe I will mention that in an upcoming video. But getting back to what the goal of today is. Oh, I wonder why I put banners in here. I must have put them in here just because they're a little bit easier to handle than putting in gates. They're not getting powered or anything. Usually I'd recommend people to use like gates or something. Actually, could probably use a few different things there. Well, okay, yeah. I don't want anything with a collision, otherwise they get washed over, they'll probably get pushed into it. Double check settings. Okay. So I did run the farms off stream just to see like how much they were producing and stuff. Can't remember, I ran it for like 4 hours or something just to get kind of an idea. I think I also ran this one. This one, let's go ahead and count up how much this one produced. I did notice that kind of all went to one chest, or well, it didn't really go into this chest, which I thought was a bit odd. It's not being powered, is it? No. That is. Like none of it went to that chest. The items came. How's that even possible? Like it made it into this chest, but didn't make it into the prior chest? Oh, the hopper's not pointing into it. Okay, that's my bad. Oh, so all these are full. Okay. Maybe that wasn't a very good test because it looks like we might have maxed out our hoppers. We should have put in some more. But you can see that these all were working. We put in all these chests here, and for the most part they look like they picked up the items as they came through, which is good. They didn't fill up. Just this last one. Okay, well, we'll just do some brief calculations. Let's kind of see what kind of rough estimates we're looking at. Because essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to see which one produces more fuel. Let me fix this hopper before I forget. Okay. Went to sleep around 1-2 a.m. and you streamed at 2:30. Okay. Didn't want to leave my PC on? Ah, okay. Do you think that would have worked if you left your PC on or left your phone on? Thanks for lurking. Alt key. Remember, you listen to the bot when it tells me to drink water. Put that bot there. That's not until I get to listen to it. Alrighty. Hey Zan, how goes it? Might have worked. I was close to 3 a.m. and not 2:30. Might have worked. Okay. I forgot one thing last stream. I thought I was kind of done with this, but we do need to put in a machine that converts it into blocks because these are not useful unless they're kelp blocks. Alrighty. So, looks like I got 3 full ones. Pull out our calculator. Three full ones. Huh. I feel like I can't triple click to get these out of here. Okay, then you hold down, double click, maybe triple click. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Wonder. Let me try it with my roll. Is that how you normally do it? Do you hold? What do you normally do to move this out of your? So you can hold shift click to move one at a time. If you want to move a whole group, you hold shift and triple click. Oh. Maybe my shift button wasn't working. Okay, maybe it's just my shift button's not working very well on my controller. Okay, so we pulled out all those extras. We have 3 full ones, and then we can fill up from these. So like, this one's full, but then we can fill up this one. Just to make math a little bit easier. Must be a shift button. Then again, seems like it works just fine when I do one at a time. Okay, so that's 4 full ones plus 3. Come on, come on. 3. Huh. The only thing I can guess is my shift button is not working. Oh, maybe it's my clicking button. Oh. If I hold... This is shift. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I might have to fix my controller. I think the buttons are kind of hard. What I did is I did some modifications to my controller one time. Where I put in like little spacers behind the buttons to just make it a little easier to push them. And one of my buttons actually broke, and I just put in like a paper clip in there, kind of mimic it. And it, for the most part, it worked, but it might no longer be working. Hey, Unknown, thanks for the biddy. $14.50 says, "Hey Ray, stopped by to say hi. At work right now. Have fun. Thank you so much. We have a enjoyable day at work. We're going to be playing around with fuel sources and crafters. Let me just, what did I say? There's 5 full ones here. 5 full ones plus 3 over there. There's 8 full ones. Pull our calculator. So full one is 3, 4, 5, 6 times 8. Oops. I don't need the divide one, whatever. That should be correct, right? It's probably that 27 number. Okay, so there's 27,000 plus whatever's in my inventory here. Which is... How much is the full one? It's 6, right? And this is only 4. Alrighty. Probably just another full one. The calculations aren't going to be too precise, because we accidentally filled up our chest. I should have put in more chest. See how full it would make them. But we'll do that. I just want to see what we get approximate. So we get approximately 31,000 kelp. And let me check my notes. Hey, Chachi! Ooh, you surpassed 30 hours and you get closer to 40 hours. At 50 hours, you can get opt onto the listing server. So my notes say... I was running the farm for 4 hours, 50 minutes. That was actually quite a bit. I should definitely put in more storage. Apparently I didn't think it would produce that much kelp. I don't know what I was thinking. We definitely put enough storage when it came to the the Azalea farm over behind us. So then if you take these kelp, you have to cook them, and then you have to craft them. So let's pull up that. Actually, I want to make I think I'm going to leave this one up. I'll record that, put it in a video about the version thing. Let's pull up a different one. Kelp. Kelp. Uh-oh. Frozen. Thinking. Okay. Yeah, we take the kelp. We cook the kelp. Then we take 9 of them and we make it into a block. Essentially, we take this number, divide it by 9. That's how many blocks of kelp. But in order to actually cook those kelps to start with, you do need to waste some fuel in order to get the kelp cooked in the first place, which is kind of the funny part. Furnace, smoker, okay. Okay, so we can use a smoker, I guess. Let's just look at fuel. Okay, so there's the kelp right there. Kelp can cook 20 things. So essentially, like, to make 2 kelp blocks, it costs you like 1 kelp block, right? Am I thinking that correctly? Approximately. Because to make 1 kelp block, to make 2 kelp blocks, you have to cook down 18 dried kelp. And 1 kelp block can cook down 20. I feel like it's pretty close. So essentially, like, half of all the kelp that you produce is just used to cook, to make more kelp blocks. Hey Gator, how goes it? It's going pretty good for me. How about you guys? How's everyone else doing in chat as well? I'm excited to make it into the month of January. Like January, February are kind of like the slower months for me, so I have more time to work on like little side projects. To be honest, guys, I really enjoy the side projects, like the whole beacon farm, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's hook up the kelp producing part. Maybe just write down these numbers. They're not going to be accurate, but at least give us a good start. We can write down some more numbers when we get there. Oh, that's so funny. It came exactly to 3, 4, 5, 6. It must have been exactly nine double chests worth of it. 3, 4, 5, 6 kelp blocks in hours. Okay. While we're at it, let's go ahead and remember to put in. Well, I guess if we turned in the smelting part, we would have automatically smelted everything, and it would have probably filled. It wouldn't have filled up all the room. Let's also take a look at. We did run this farm too, while I was running the 4-hour test. This one did pretty well. Oh wow, there's quite a bit there. Okay. So for the azaleas, so essentially what I need to do is add up how many azaleas there are. And I did take some screenshots. I don't know if I took a screenshot of the actual amount of moss it was producing per hour. Did this fill up? Oh, it did. Okay. Wow, that is crazy. Crazy. Okay. Remember, if we want to do longer tests, to put in more storage. More storage. Okay, we'll leave that. Context was forgotten. There's another poll going on. Ooh, we've been following for 3 years, 3 months, and almost 30 days. That'd be 333. Pretty cool. Thanks for lurking. Let's calculate how much it produced. So I have some chests there, some chests here, and they're full of azaleas, almost. Like I said, I took some screenshots at exactly 4 hours, 50 minutes. Let's pull up those screenshots. Here's one screenshot. You can see I'm aiming at the 3rd chest. Let's see how much this is calculated to be. Where's our calculator? There it is. We have a chest which is at 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus we have another chest. These are double chests. Plus we have 2 hoppers. 2 hoppers are full, which are 10. The 10 would fill up this row plus this row. So what we might as well do is just add in another whole, just pretend we added in another whole chest, but we can minus extra, so we can minus 5 times 64. What's 5 times 64? Minus, can do this. Oops, not that we want to do. Can I not backspace this? Ooh, I had a mute. I had a sneeze. Okay, so we can backspace that. Yes, we can do that. And that's not quite what I want. Okay, how do we do this again? I kind of. What a silly program. I always hate when calculators can't backspace. Well, I want this minus. Yeah, I don't know how I got times in there. Let's clear this. Okay. Then we do minus. We put the parentheses, and then we do 64. What did I say? Times 5? Just do times 6. Another parentheses. 3. Oh, okay, that is it. So it's like 333 is 9,000, and then minus a little bit, so about 10,000. But that was for 4 hours. 4 hours 50 minutes. So 4 times is 60. Let's see how many seconds that is. Plus 50. $290. Okay. Divided by 290. I don't think that's gonna come out right. Is that gonna come out right? Probably not. I want to take this number divided by. Or is it, it's not 290, it's 240, right? 40? Yeah. 41. Yeah, the calculators are so janky. So that means they only produced about 41 azaleas per hour. That seems a little bit odd. Let's add up all 3 of them, because we actually have 4 chests, 4 different chests that are pulling them away. Hey, Zandler, welcome in. Yes, it's the farm guy. Right now we're playing around with crafters to fuel stuff with kelp blocks versus bamboo versus azaleas. Right now we're calculating how many azaleas we're getting in about 5 hours of testing. Okay, so let's go back to this number here. Keep track of that number, and let's check out the other chest. So we have that chest. We also have... There's also the flowering azaleas, which they're not as full, so they're down here. So we have the 3, 4, 5, 6 plus the what's this? I guess we did parentheses. Plus 64 times, how many we got here? We got 9, 9, 9, what's that, 18, 27? Plus we gotta put the 5 in here. So the 5 would go, or the 10, or no, it would be just 5, just 5. So I guess it's 4 times 9, which is 36. 36 37, 38, 39. Okay. Times 39. I think that should be correct for that math work. Okay, that means there's only like 5,000, about 6,000 in that chest. Now, if we do the same thing for the top chest too, and then we can figure this out compared to how many modules we have. Essentially, we're just trying to figure out how much the farm is producing per hour. And I keep losing my calculator. Okay. This is a different one, right? It's called, where is the number? Right here. 35? Yes. Cool. This is the exact same thing where we have 2 full chests, potentially 3 full chests. So we can just do 3 full chests. Two hoppers. That means we have about this row, about 7 times 64. So we have to minus 7 times 64. Okay, so about 9,000. We'll keep track of all these numbers. I mean, the last one you have to do is calculate the flowering one. And then if we put this all together, we should get a kind of a rough estimate of how much it's producing per hour. This is kind of important because we're trying to compare kelp with azaleas and bamboo. And then we'll take a look at like how complicated the farms are to build versus if they could run without play or not, that kind of thing. So this one is a full chest, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, plus we're going to have 1 hopper, which is 5 slots. So it's pretty much going to be 36 times 64. 36. Okay, so we got similar numbers. So let's add all these numbers together. So we got that number. We're also going to add this previous number. We'll also add the other flowering one, which is the lower number. And finally, we're going to add the very bottom one, which is this one, I think. No, this one. 998. 998. It's not 8. 84. Okay. Okay, so that's how much azaleas we produced in how many seconds or how many minutes? I think we figured it out. Four times 60. Okay. 4 times 60. Okay, so 400 or 240 minutes plus another 50 minutes to put it at 290. We divide this by 290 minutes. This is how much it's producing per minute. Oh yeah, last time I thought it was per hour, but this is per minute. So it's producing 109 azaleas per minute. Okay. So we got that part figured out. But let's see how much it is per module, because I have several modules of this farm. I think it's like 18 here or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's 10, so it's 20. We got 20 modules. If I'm doing this all correctly. So if you divide that by 20 of them. Producing 5 per minute, so let's just do that times hour. So it's producing 327 azalea per hour. So let me write that down. That's important stuff. $327 azalea, just call them bushes, per hour per module. That's actually not too bad. The module isn't really big. Like, you think if you're building one module is just this piece here, nothing else, just this little piece right here. But you also gotta remember that azaleas actually aren't that good of a fuel source, so they kind of even out. That's why you kind of have to do all these extra calculations just to kind of compare these things together, because they're kind of like comparing apples to oranges. They're not easy to compare, so you have to kind of break them down. Hey Subby, break them down to their smallest parts, and then hopefully they make sense so we can actually do something with the information. I think we're ready. The next part. I guess one thing we can do is we can break this down into how much fuel they produce per hour. Too. Hey, Richie's in the chat. How you doing, Richie? Says, hey Ray, work lurking, bud. Thanks for lurking. We'll give a shout out. Richie, he's a long time Twitch viewer and streamer. Another shout out to Richie. Wait. Oh, here he gave him a shout out. I was like, why does it tell me I can't do it?
I know how to type.
Speedy. Okay, let's convert this into amount of fuel, because we kind of need to speak. We need to speak the same language. Same language when it comes to fuel. And the language that fuel speaks is how long or how many things it can cook, how many operations it can cook. I think that's the most basic way to explain fuel stuff. We got ourselves azaleas, which are pretty crummy. I think they're down here. Are they the same as saplings? They are, okay. So they only cook half an item each. So essentially we're gonna take our number and divide it by 2. Write that one down. So azalea is 160 for smelts per hour per module. Okay. Per module. So we can kind of make what I'm trying to do is try to also compare the different devices, like compare this machine with that machine with that machine. And if we want to, with the azaleas, we can always add more modules to make it similar size. Like maybe 2 of these don't really seem the same as that one. Like building wise, what's easier to do? Maybe just building one of these would be similar time of building that. Not quite sure. That's how much melting we can get per module. For a whole hour, it's like, yeah, you only can smelt up like a little over maybe like 2.5 stacks. 2.5 stacks of things an hour, which isn't that good, but that's only one little module. Let's see how this compares to bamboo. I was about to say bamboozled. So I didn't actually run the rates of this farm last time, but we did run them when I designed this. I think we use those calculations. And we can compare them with what the Wikipedia says. Just check the game rule random ticks. It's 3. Harvest it all. So when it comes to bamboo, we're looking at it grows. Supposedly grows 1 bamboo every 205 seconds about. I guess the question is, when you break 1 bamboo plant, does it always drop 1 item? I'd think so, right? I think you just get 1 for each one you break. Not like a chance of failing. Alrighty. Bamboo smelting. Each bamboo item smelts. Per item, crafting 2 bamboo sticks and using steel is equivalent to smelting. Craft other items, increasing its steel efficiency. 3 items can be smelt instead of increased efficiency. Java by crafting 14 ladders. Smelt instead of. Okay, I think this is kind of like the test that we did. I think we came to the conclusion that. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think turning it into planks was the best. And I think we got the same one. We got 33%. Well, not really percentage. The way I looked into it, it was like I can get 0.33 smelts per bamboo compared to the normal 0.25. They say you turn it to sticks, you can get 0.5 something. How's I think we looked at this. I don't think the sticks help that much, do they? Let me look at. You use 2 bamboo, but you only get 1 stick. So essentially, you at least a stick only does stick. Stick still costs you 2 bamboo, so I don't think there's no conversion there. The way they worded it is a little bit deceiving. It almost acts like if you make sticks, you get better fuel efficiency, but that's not the case. Okay, I think this is all kind of lines up with our test. Good. Probably did stuff correctly then. Thanks, Aniki, for the drink up. No problem there, Richie, for the shout out. He's also a long-time supporter, so you got the VIP. Little lovely badge there. Okay. So this farm here, if you get a bamboo, I guess it really doesn't matter when you harvest it. If you know how much bamboo it's producing, you could just assume that you'll get that many rates an hour. If you're constantly harvesting, then you get like more consistent rates, or if you did the test over a long period of time, you should see similar numbers. But let's go ahead and just calculate. I can't remember how big I made this. I think I made it like a couple chunks long or something. Okay, so it's right in the chunk, so I think it's exactly 3 or 4 chunks long. 4 chunks long, a little bit missing on the edge there. Like 2 over there, 2 over there. Okay. So it's a little 16. I think it's 20 wide. Must be. Okay, yeah, that's based off the push limit. So 20 by 20 times. I think it's a 64 chunks long, or pretty close at least. This will produce. It has 1,200 plants out there, and they produce 1 bamboo every 250 seconds, or 205 seconds. So let's see how many seconds are an hour. 60 times 60. 3,000 seconds an hour. No wonder an hour goes by so fast. Doesn't seem like that many. And then we divide it by how many will grow. So how many times will a bamboo plant grow in 1 hour? So that's what we're gonna try to figure out. According to Wikipedia, they say it's this many seconds per growth. That means every bamboo plant we have here will grow about 17.5 times in 1 hour. That means we can expect to get about 17.5 new items from bamboo every hour. And we take that times amount of plants we have planted is that 12,000. That means we should expect to harvest about 22,000 bamboo plants per hour. So let me paste that number in. And that's bamboo per hour per farm. I'll call it big farm because this is my bigger farm version of it. Alrighty. Now we need to convert that bamboo down into the same type of same thing we're using for the azaleas. So we're using amount of smelts per hour. That's our labeling. Is that what they call it? Labeling? Label? That's the label we're using. So how do we convert bamboos into smelts? I think we said every bamboo does 3.3 or 0.3333 smelts. So I think if we just times this 0.3 smelts, I think this should tell us how many smelts it produces per hour. About 7,500 smelts per hour per big farm. You always can build more of the farms. Well, those are really different. They're quite a bit different numbers. So for the azaleas, we only got about 160 smelts per hour. And this one we get 7,000. So we would need a really big azalea moss farm to compare with this for smelts. But they're kind of different too, right? This one, has other benefits. Also produces bone meal. Could run without a player. This one needs a player. This is why we need to kind of figure out these numbers to compare them. Hey, Sneaky's in the chat. How you doing there, Sneaky? We had a great Christmas and New Year's vacation, and we also got Wild Cowdy here. How have you been? We're already in the year 2024. Kind of crazy to think. Okay, so that's at least how much they say it produces. I can't remember in the video if I say how much it produces. Let me just double check my video on on my bamboo farms. Okay, it says it produced 18 bamboo items per plant per hour. How does that compare to what they said? Look at this. Okay, 18, and they're saying 17.57, so if I round up, that'd be 18. So it looks like our calculations are pretty close. Both where I got about 18 bamboo per hour. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. So, at the moment, it looks like bamboo is definitely doing much better than the azalea farm. Keep in mind, we only did one module. Let's say we do all 20 modules, so we can do 264 or 164 smelts. And if we did 20 modules, we get about half the rates. So essentially, that big moss farm there can smelt about half as much stuff as this bamboo farm can per hour. So that's kind of, those are the kind of numbers that people can kind of digest, understand. I'm going to make the actual video. I won't explain all the other smaller numbers. Just try to keep it simple so people can understand. A little under half, but kind of close. A good thing, says Sneaky. Hope you had a good end of the year yourself. Thanks. I wonder why I started getting email notifications. I haven't got one in a few months. So is that something through Twitch? Does Twitch send you those? I wonder if you need to turn on notifications on Twitch or something. Had it turned on? Ah. Yeah, I might have to double check. I don't know. First time I heard of that. Okay, so we compared these two together. Let's compare this one with that one. Before we can do that, we do need to put in the smelter part of it. We need something that will... Oh, it looks like it went off pretty recently. Got our little timer thing going on here. We need to collect all of the kelp and put it into a furnace. Right? Or we could probably use smokers for faster. Put them into smokers and then what? I guess we could just hook all these up for the moment. I think how we can hook these up. I guess I don't know how many. Since I don't know how much it produces per hour, I don't know how many smelters we need. Well, I guess didn't we figure out how much it produces? Did I write it down? We figured out something last time. Because we figured out how many chests to put in, right? Oh, it also says for kelp, apparently it grows, one kelp grows every 480 seconds. So I guess we can kind of figure out. So is this 20 blocks wide? We got 3 here, chunk here, 1 over there. Okay, so it's 20, and then like 1 chunk, 2, 3. Okay, oh yeah, it's exactly the same. It's like 4 chunks. Okay. So it should be about pretty much exact same amount of plants as the other one, as that farm over there. Wait, how did it climb up top of that? Oh, I must have got washed in. That's so funny to watch. The bamboo actually grew inside of it because they can grow plants there. Kind of reminds me of like I don't know, true or not, but they say like the torturing. I don't know if it's like a Chinese torturing device. The bamboo grows into you. Scary stuff. Let's go ahead and let's calculate how much is this supposed to produce per hour. I don't need that, but I need my calculator. So, if same amount of kelp area as the bamboo, we calculate that as 20, this number here. So it should be that many kelp in this area. Then we know how much it produces per hour. So in 1 hour, how much is one plant going to produce? So let's divide this by, suppose it takes 487.6 seconds per growth on average. That means it's only going to grow 7.3 times an hour. And that's kind of close. I guess it's about almost half of kelp. Kelp was 18. No, was it 8? Just double check. I think I said 8. No, it's 18. 18, so it's a little under half. Like the bamboo grows into you. Okay, so this is how much it produces, or how many times it grows an hour. But then we have, where's the number? We have this many plants. And we take this number, and we times it, the amount of plants. That seems like a lot of plants. That means it's going to produce about this many kelp in an hour. Okay, this isn't quite right because the kelp can actually hit its limit. So I don't know. Depending on how efficient you break the kelp, you probably could get up to this number. Let me just put this number down. How many kelp per hour per big farm? So if we convert this, take this number, oops, don't need it that big. We aren't that old yet. We have to make everything really big. If we take that number and we divide it by 9, because every kelp needs 9 of them before you can produce a block. That means we're only going to get 1,000 some blocks. 1,005 blocks per hour big farm. But we don't get all these blocks. We're going to have to remove some of them because some of them are going to be used to actually produce those blocks. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Before we do that confusing math, I'm going to grab more water. And then we'll see what is the ultimate winner between kelp, bamboo, and azaleas. Meanwhile, check out my socials. They're on screen in the chat, and I will be right back. Okay, let's see who wins. Kelp versus bamboo versus azalea. We have to kind of figure out what we're looking at. But we just calculated the amount of kelp blocks it produces per hour. It also said oh yeah, was it I think it was last stream that excuse me, I think we said we only need to run the kelp farm, was it like every hour and a half or something? It was something like that. I'm not sure if I wrote that down though. Because we set up this clock so it only go off every every 5 Minecraft days. And then 5 and each of them are 20 minutes. So maybe that's only an hour, right? I thought we said something longer than an hour. I should have wrote down these numbers. Because we wanted we didn't want to send it off too often because we're trying to take advantage of all the water we put in here. Well, but I remember we chose 5 Minecraft days. If they're 20 minutes each, well, no, that comes to 100. It comes to 100 minutes. An hour is only 60. Okay. So it's only 3 Minecraft days equals an hour, typically. Okay. So I think that's right. So it's like 100 every 100 minutes we run the farm, which doesn't quite line up with the hour. 60, like an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. And we're saying it's going to produce 9,000 hours. That seems kind of low. I think our last calculation was much higher than that. But then they're just rough calculations. We'll have to actually run the farm, see what it really produces per hour. But I was figuring it's going to produce. We put in all these hoppers. The reason we put all the hoppers in is because we're afraid it wouldn't be able to keep up. Like when it breaks, it only harvests every hour and a half. That means it has to process all the blocks from that last hour and a half. Yeah, I wrote 9,000. That means, oh yeah, okay, I know what it was. It's because we figured that every hopper can only process about 1,000 items before they despawn. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to pick them all up before they despawn. Okay, that's what. So if each one produces 1,000, that means we need like 9 hoppers. So there's 5. So we put in 10. That should be good because we're right around. We're a little over 9,000 items right now. Okay, so I think our numbers are fairly close. We'll get the exact numbers once everything is moving together. Now we're at the point where we need to convert the kelp into kelp blocks. We need to pull this out. I guess my question was, how many smokers do I need to keep up with this farm? Because like we don't need it to instantly smoke all the items all at once. We only need it to be able to smoke at the same rate they're being produced. Kind of sounds kind of bad. Smoke at the same rate it's being produced. Oh, I hope not. I didn't hear that one. Okay. That means we know about how many items it's producing per hour. We get a rough estimate about how many smokers we need. How long does it take for one item to go through a smoker? Not actually sure. Let's check the Wikipedia. Might tell us. I thought I just seen a smoker here somewhere. Oh no, we're looking at bamboo. Mo. 100 ticks for smoker, says Sneaky. 100 ticks. Okay, so it's like 5 seconds? Not bad. Ooh. Smoker can cook items twice as fast as a regular furnace. Guess we can double check that. He's saying 100 ticks. So this one would take 200 ticks. Oh. 200 game ticks. Okay, yeah, you're right. So 100 would be the other one. So, what do we say, 5 seconds in? The smoker only takes 5 seconds to smell something. So let's go back to our calculator. If we have this many items hour, where's that number again? This number. Good. This number. Can I make this go up there? How do I put it back up there? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So we have that many items, and we say each one takes 5 seconds. Is this the way to calculate stuff? Probably a smarter way of doing this. Times 5, so it should be around 50,000. So take that many seconds, and then if we divide that by how many seconds are in an hour, that's essentially, it says it's going to take 13 hours, meaning that if we have 13 smelters, we can do each of them in 1 hour. So I think it's going to take 13 smelters, a little bit more, so we might as well do 14 smelters. And I think all this, I keep saying smelters, I'm talking about smokers. The 14 smokers, to fuel them. We'll probably run a hopper line over top of them. So we need when hoppers pointing into them. I think we need down here. Or actually over here. I kind of want to have these buffer chests so we can store them. And then we're going to hook all these buffer chests together. Actually, I'll put it over here. Oh, Sneaky!
There we go. Smiley face.
Yeah, that's so cool. Even said smiley face. Sneaky Sneaker, thank you for coming in with the Prime. 3 months worth of Prime. Much appreciated. Welcome back to the Gourd again. You guys don't know if you guys are a supporter of mine, either as a Twitch sub, Discord sub, YouTube membership, or even a Patreon. You guys get access to a bunch of perks. You can check them all out with the link there in the chat. And if you guys don't know, you can be just like Sneaky, and if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, just remember to use it up each and every month. The right way to support me for no extra cost. You have to manually come over here to Twitch and remember to subscribe, and then you will get all the cool perks for no extra cost, and Twitch will pay me the full amount. Pretty cool deal. Definitely noticed my my crouching button isn't working well, which is probably a good thing it didn't break any sooner. I kind of didn't want it to mess up during the month of December, November, when I'm doing the most stuff. Okay, so we need 14 of these, I said? Maybe we could do two thick of them. 14, so that means 7, so we can do 3, yeah, I think we can do 7. Maybe we do 2 rows of 7. Is that gonna make sense? I think I'm doing too much thinking. I noticed that these smokers actually kind of look like eyes. Notice that? Like it looks like one big eye. So we want. Did I say I want 14 of these? Yeah, 13 plus 1. Oh yeah, my button's definitely not holding. Okay, so 3, 6, 9, or no. 3, 6, just want 14. So that should be good. 7 and 7. And then we'll take, we definitely need, oh yeah, now my button's not working at all. Oh. Wonder if you can actually see the button stop working. The little screen there. Yeah, we need these to push stuff in directly, and then we need to kind of like sort these. So we need to just distribute them. We need to make sure they all get access to some. And the way we do that is by hooking all these up. I wonder if I can do this? Probably. I have an odd way of doing it, but it should work. Okay, so that's gonna get those filled up. So now we need, they should be able to keep up, because they take 5 seconds to smoke one item. You have plenty of time to replenish all these hoppers and stuff. Now we need some fuel. The fuel will be on the back side here. Okay. And after we do smelt everything, we need to pull it back out again. We need to pull it out and then put it back through the top of this again. It's not gonna be like super efficient by just using hoppers. I'm gonna like put 1 in each of them. Oh, you can contribute a total of 72,000 points to the mini challenge. That's impressive. I'm also gonna go with the kind of like a simple setup that eventually will kind of fill up everything. You don't have to worry about it. But it does mean it's gonna waste a lot of slots. Actually, is it possible to even push something in here that isn't? Oh, I guess, yeah. Can't even push stuff in. I guess you could save some slots by filling them in with, like you could fill these slots in with something else that can't get pushed in, and then that way only 1 slot's wasted. But probably don't make too much difference. So after these are smelted, we have to pull them out. We have to automatically craft them. Don't know if I want to go this direction with it, because we have hoppers underneath of here. If I go over here, I think I can get away from it. Let's take everything that comes out of here, and we'll just put it in chest down here. Whoops. How did I manage to hit that button? Okay. For the chest to be here. Hold button. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to make some more modifications to my controller. Right now it's like really hard to hold the button without it accidentally slipping. The only downside to using some controllers, some of the buttons are kind of hard. At least these buttons on this controller, they're kind of hard to press. All the rest are fairly soft. I don't know why that is. I don't know why these are so hard. Okay, so after everything gets smelted, then it comes all the way down here. This is gonna be kelp items. Then we gotta turn the kelp items into kelp blocks. So we could probably craft them down immediately into kelp. We could probably put right into a crafter, and I don't think we have a crafter in this world. So we have to upgrade this this world. So crafter will work here. Let's do that next. That's actually not too difficult to do now that we know what we're doing. Open up this program, calm NPT and NBT Explorer. I'll leave this world. And actually we need to figure out what that world's actually called. We need to find a world that already has the new stuff in it. Let's find one of those worlds. Trial key world. Yeah, that one should work. Trial key world. And then what we'll do is we will go down to here. And we'll see this enabled features. We'll this. And then we'll paste that to our current world, which is called 17. Copy, copy, copy. There's 3 copies. This one. I click here and paste it. Hopefully that works. And cross your fingers. We have the new stuff. Oh yeah, we got the copper bulb right there. Right? That means we have the new stuff. There's the crafter. Awesome. Okay. Like the more times I do that, the better I get at doing it. Alright, so now we need to put this stuff into a crafter. I think we might be able to craft it immediately. Something like that. And the crafter, when it crafts it, we can actually make it face upwards, so it ends up a little bit higher than where it started. Okay, and essentially, let's just put some fuel in here. Well, I think we're eventually going to have... We need, let's grab this. We just put this, right? And maybe... Oh, we actually need to go... Or we can make it go in a full circle too. Either we split it two different directions or we make it go all the way around. I don't really want to go underneath of these hoppers because I end up pulling stuff out of them. The way to go all the way around without going underneath of these? Maybe. Maybe if we started on this side? Start on this side and we shot it into this corner here and went all the way around. Yeah, I think that's probably a smarter thing to do. So if the crafter is here and it shoots it up, I'm not gonna shoot it high enough, is it? If it shoots it into a dropper, and then if that happens to get power and that shoots it into a hopper, we really don't want, actually we don't really want to hook it into a hopper. We want to put it over here. Then that goes into dropper. Then that dropper goes into hopper line. Like that. Now if we make this hopper line go all the way around the whole thing, should be able to make it do it all in one go without having to go underneath the other hoppers. I guess we could leave that barrel in there. Steady! Steady! Oh. That is hard to hold. Okay. I have to fix these hoppers. Just turn on this direction over here. Hey Zan, thanks for contributing. We are getting a bit underneath the farm, but that's just kind of the easiest way to do it, just let gravity kind of do its thing. Now that it crafts it, I think we could just hook on an observer clock up to this. And actually, might want to, you probably don't want to power it directly. I don't want to lock this hopper. I don't mind locking this hopper though. Okay, let's pretend we cooked up some kelp. Kind of like the chicken and the egg problem. Came first. The kelp block or the kelp? Where is kelp blocks here? Did they even store them there? Yeah, there. Right there, right after the green stuff. Okay, we'll pretend it produced some kelp blocks. It sends it up here, right? And then this one, I guess first it's going to go into here. This is where it could help to have some spacers. It's going to take a while to fill all of these it's constant. Only when this one's full, then we go to the next one. I guess it can kind of work. Another thing you can do is you can just creative. You can take a copy of this and replace them. Precise. You can place it. Clicking. Crouch. Okay. See how that works. That should be fairly efficient. Because only once it fills up all of them, then it will backfeed. Well, I mean, it still needs to fill up these slots here. And I guess it also needs to fill the top slots. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but like once this gets full, then it's going to move over to this one. They fill this one, so it's going to take about 2 stacks for each of them before I can move on. Which came first, the Ray or the Gordy? Yeah. Good one. Why does this texture look so bizarre? I just feel like these two textures don't go very good together. They're side by side. Weird. Don't look at textures too often. Alrighty. But yeah, you can kind of see how it's working. So it's slowly filling it up. And we could try putting some blocks over top of this. Now I see what happens. Should just craft it, right? Yeah, okay. Kind of what I was hoping. Cool. Let's... I think that's all good, right? And then once it fills up all of these, I guess the extras are going to end up over here. So this is where you're actually...
By the way, a late Christmas gift and a
Oh my
happy
goodness.
New Year.
Unknown! 5372 coming in with 1,000 biddies! What in the world? Oh! Thank you so much, Unknown. Appreciate that. It says, by the way, a late Christmas gift and Happy New Year's. Much appreciated. Dang, 1,000. You're going to have the 1,000 biddy badge now in front of your name, which is that crazy looking one. For the triple splitting one. Much appreciated. Also got first place on the biddy board for the month. That's crazy. Thanks guys for all the support. Really means a lot. Lets me put more time into doing all this complicated stuff. I'm glad you guys are enjoying streams. And I know a lot of people definitely like the videos where I kind of compact everything down. Definitely gonna have to either buy a new controller or fix this one. That crouch button is difficult to pull down. Okay, so I think we kind of got to the point where the technically the farm's working. This is where the very end is. So if there's any extra kelps, it should end up here. So I think we could put a chest like this, and this chest kind of illustrates like this is like how much the farm's actually producing, and all the rest are just kind of fuel. But we first have to wait for all this to get filled up, which yeah, it's gonna take what I say, a couple stacks each. So takes a little while. Oh wait. Oh, I see. It shot up here, but then from now on, it's just kind of being stuck in here. Fill it and feed all the way around. I always thought the kelp blocks kind of look like little presents. I suppose, probably something to like oh, I didn't really realize how like camouflage. It kind of reminds you of the camo looking design. Is it always like that? How did I not realize that? Maybe I only look at it from the side. This really looks like camo with the black, the two different types of greens at least, and then kind of like the whiter color. That is strange. I never recognized that. But yeah, I was thinking, it also kind of looks like maybe like a kelp wrap, like a type of food where they wrap it. And I don't know, when they wrap something in kelp, do they actually wrap, is this little white piece also part of the kelp? Like, is that the stem or something? Or do they wrap it with something else that's like edible? Can't quite remember. Like, do they actually tie it with like a edible string or something? Don't ever ate too many like actual kelp wraps. If no one has, let me know. Looks like a trash bag. It also looks like a trash, but it's true. Because it has like the little tying thing where you tie the trash up. And trash bags are often like black or green. Oh, that's quite a range of stuff from a present to a trash. Okay, how is this working? If I didn't get too far. Okay, so we got kelp. Kelp is still getting pushed into the smelters. So it's not, we're not really waiting for the kelp, we're waiting for the fuel to get all the way around. Yeah, it's just gonna take time. Unless you want to manually put it all in there. But this part's working. This is the actual auto crafting part. If we look, you can see that these are all smoking stuff down. We already got pretty far. Oh, wow, we're to this side? Okay. Going over here, going over here. Okay, that one does have some. We're waiting for this next one. That's cool. Little fire animation. So it should be cranking out tons of kelp pretty soon. Hopefully it can keep up. I don't see any of it backing up. Good. And this should eventually clear out as well. And this is where all the extra should end up. Pretty compact. Not the most efficient use of space for the kelp. Like you couldn't put one kelp in each furnace at a time, but that kind of makes it complicated. So, getting back to our questions, how much this farm actually produces, melting wise. We said it produces what was this number for? Something divided by the number of seconds. I remember this before. 1,700. Hey, Rick's here in the chat. Hey, Ben. Got the lovely 1-year Gordy badge. I did write down, it says that farm's supposed to produce 1,050 kelp blocks per hour. Which is this number here. How do you make it go up there? I thought I just double clicked that. But see what happens to copy and a paste here. Oh my goodness, that's what happens? I literally pasted all the different numbers in a big rambling string. Alrighty. So 1,050 blocks per hour. The thing is, it's going to take about half of those blocks in order to smelt it. How can I figure this out? For every... Well, I guess we can figure out how efficient it is. So...
Stretch.
Oh, okay, Rick to redeem stretch. Okay, we'll do that right after the ad break. I think we said 1 kelp block will smelt 19 kelp. Or no, one kelp block will smelt 20 things. So it'll essentially smelt I'll smelt 18 kelp plus 2. Okay, I'm getting so confused. So if it takes 9 kelp to make a block, and it smelt 2 of those, what's 2 out of 9? Okay, so it's 0.22. Did I do that right? 2 out of 9 is... that seems right, maybe. So if we put 1 kelp block into the smoker, it can smelt equivalent of 18 kelp items, or 20 kelp items, which produces 2 kelp blocks and 2 kelp. So is it 2.222? Maybe 2.22. So for every kelp block that we use up, we get 2.22 blocks back. I mean, my question is, of all the kelp that we farm, how many do we lose? How many are wasted just cooking the other kelp? It's supposed to be like self-sufficient. Hey Jay, how goes it? Oh, there's the farm that you're going. Thanks for following, Jay. Says, I'm new to Redstone. I wonder why one of my builds isn't working properly. If someone can help me out, you can always ask in my Discord help channel. Oh, okay. Did the ad just end? But yeah. Welcome in, Jay. If you can ask help questions in my Discord right there. Not to put in the link. Thanks to Drink Unknown. And then earlier we got a stretch redemption. Rick has redeemed stretch. Let's go ahead and do that. If you guys want to partake in it, we're going to do some stretching in real life. Been sitting down for almost 2 hours. If you guys want to stand up, you can do the kind of big yawning stretch. Reach for the sky with your arm. If you're going to waking up in the morning. And then I also like to come down and rotate my wrist at the same time. Stretch. Wrist out, good. And then we're also going to reach down, touch our toes. Stretch those legs. Sitting down. And of course, can't forget about our neck. Rotate our neck to the right, the left, and up, and down, and all around. Whew. Feel much better. Thanks for the stretch redemption. If you guys can save up your channel points, I always purchase all sorts of cool things, including stretch redemptions and scary stories, funny stories, and much more. Yeah, what I would probably recommend, Jay, is just check my world download that I provide with, not sure which redstone thing you're talking about. If you're building a custom one, if you're building something of mine, and just compare it with my world download, because I know that one works. Okay, so we're still trying to wrap our head around this concept. What was I gonna do? We do something. Oh yeah, we turn off the subtitles. So I can't quite wrap my head around this concept, but essentially to produce kelp blocks, we need to waste kelp blocks to build them. Hey, no problem, Jay. So Still can't quite wrap my head around this. Let me check out my stats. I wrote produces 1,050 blocks per hour. But we waste some of them to produce them. I guess what we should be looking at is like what percentage is wasted in order to cook them. So if we know it takes, we know we can cook about 2 1/4 of the blocks. Do I take the number and divide it by 2? You can smelt 2 for every 1 block. Now let's just try it. Okay, so we take 1050 divided by 2.22. That might be correct. So we might end up wasting 472 blocks in order to smelt that 1,000 blocks. That says it's about 50. We'll lose about half of them. Kind of crazy. And then if I take that, maybe I could just minus the 1050. That means we're left with about 577 blocks per hour per big farm. Kelp block with fuel. Okay, so I think we kind of know how much it produces per hour per 1 farm. I did all my calculations correctly. Now let's take this number, 577. Now we need to figure out how many smelts that produces. Let's go back. Don't need that program anymore. We don't need that. So how many smelts can we do with a single block? Pretty efficient though. I think we said it's 20. 20 means we times this 20. That means we get 11,000 smelts per farm. 11,500 melt per hour per big farm. Right, I think everything's based per hour. Now, if we compare the kelp farm to the bamboo farm, the kelp farm isn't quite twice as good as it. I think it's like 1.5 times good. What's half of 7.5? 3, 4, about 4. 4,000 plus, yeah. This is about 50%. This produces about 50% more fuel than that farm. And they're similar size, other than the whole water thing, which is, to be honest, kind of annoying. Build up. What else is more annoying about the farm? Definitely would take longer to build because you have to build this. There's like a top piece you have to build to make this water flow like this. How is this thing doing? Oh, we're starting to get surplus. Well, much surplus as we put in here. But now it should be going a bit faster. Oh, so that is... So I think we kind of have some good stats. I'd like to actually run these farms to see exactly how much they're producing. For this one, we might want to change it, because right now it's all going into a furnace. I guess if it fills up, where does it go? Oh, it just sits in there. Just backfills. Everything just gets full, I guess. Oh, did we actually get Enderman that was spawning here? Or could they? How could they? I guess I don't really spawn on the rails because it's part of the redstone thing. Put out some lighting. Bathroom ceiling. I built it out of dirt just to illustrate that. You could build it without cheap materials if you wanted to. Okay. What was I doing down here? Oh, I think I was just testing how the water destroys stuff. Kind of got an idea of how these farms differ. I mean, if this one's only 50% better than that one's probably the way to go then. Though I do need to hook up a crafter for the planks. They don't want to craft. It's no longer efficient just to craft them directly into, like, use the fuel directly as a bamboo. You need to run them through a crafter first. So we need to move everything to one side. We need some. Alright, all these hoppers going over to this direction, and then they all go into rafter. Remove this. This all goes into a crafter. I don't want to get the crafter too close to this redstone here. Maybe let's put it like that. And the crafter will craft into blocks, and then we'll need another crafter craft into planks. Kind of funny how you have to go through them. So I'll do blocks. This one too. Plank. Hey, Fire Demon. Oh, hey, Foxworthy. He says, I came up with an interesting concept using crafter and dye farm to make an auto fireworks star. Since there are so many combinations of fireworks, they can coded data inside them. This means you can make a button panel the dyes. I put dyes into the crafter at a specific specified order to make a combination block, which it compares to a password like a hash function, only comparing already encoded value instead of needing coding it. I think I understand all that. I think the disadvantage to that is obviously you have to craft. You're like wasting materials every time just to code and encode something. Like it's literally costing materials and you can't reuse it because the whole idea is you are crafting that new item each time. It is a cool idea. I just don't think it'd be useful in survival because you'd have to keep resupplying items. Oh, Unknown has redeemed stand up. We can do that. Doesn't mean I have to use just my hand controller and not my foot controller. Okay, so let me do the stand up. That's part of the channel redemption. You guys can purchase all sorts of things. Stand up. Where I'll stand up for 10 minutes. Stretch my legs. And I'll just use my controller. Okay, let me do that now. Okay. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, when I move my mic, sometimes it doesn't catch on. Thanks for redeeming the stand-up redemption. Welcome in, PCN Nam. Now I'll just use my hand controller. Not the controller. Hand controller is better than no controller. Yeah. Foxbear says, yeah, for sure. That's why you'd all want to have a dedicated dye and gunpowder farm. Yeah, there's a cool concept though. And I think the way you said like you decode it is like essentially you throw out you throw out the code that you know it's supposed to attach to, and then you throw out another star that the person crafted. And if they stack together, right, then it's the same one. If they don't stack, then they're different ones. Is that how you can test it? That's what I'm guessing how you test it. Or I guess, yeah, I guess you could use like an item sorter, right? You just put an item sorter if it pulls in or not. I guess before there was hoppers, I think you just had to make them stack or not stack. Fire's even saving up the quarter points for helping hand. Ooh. Alrighty. Now I'm just playing with my hand controller. Let me fix this so you guys can watch me push buttons. There it goes. Okay, so now I need to all these hoppers to point you to this one here. That will that be fast enough? Because like all these hoppers have to push all the materials into here. So how many does this produce again per hour? I check my notes. Produces 22,000 bamboo per hour. And a hopper can only do 9,000 per hour. I don't think one hopper is gonna be enough to keep up with it. Okay. Maybe let's remove this. We're not gonna be using. Oh, thanks for all the XP. don't think we'll be using that. Well, excuse me. What level am I now? Kinda weird how you can't check your levels when you're creative. Well, I guess you can do it with commands. The idea is after they get crafted, or after they come out of the farm, they kind of sit in here for a little while. This was before we had barrels, so I used droppers. But we have them sit in the barrels. And then we pull them out with this. We put them into the crafter. But like I said, I don't think one hopper line's not gonna be fast enough. So we'll need at least 2, potentially 3. It does kind of complicate things. If there's 2, I could just put them both here in the center. We shouldn't need all this either. Hey Pelican! Not gonna lie, amazing XP bank. Yeah, I did a video about why it's such useful to have a bamboo farm, not only for fuel and what's the other one called? I guess you can't actually make bone meal of this, but then you can get XPs out of it, right? I guess one that actually does all 3 is Moss Farm. Moss Farm does bone meal, fuel, and XPs, and they can also do stored XPs. So if you want like all 3, then go for that one. But if you want like 2, go for this one, and that one I guess could do 2 as well. It gets redundant after you get a decent XP farm. Yeah, XPs aren't that prominent in the game either, if you think about it. Like, not like back in the day where you need like 60, what was it, 60 levels? Is it 60 levels? Just to fix something, or just to get a enchantment or good enchantment. Then they dropped it down to 30. And then now it's like, now it's only like a couple XPs. Right? Like, how's that? I don't quite get how they could have nerfed it so much. 3 XPs is like 3 XPs to get a good enchantment. Or it takes 3 or something. If you can repeat dies or not, even if you cannot, comes out to be over 500 million combinations. That's impressive. You're saying it costs dies, but you get a way higher combination. How many numbers would you need to get up to 500,000 combinations if you just did normal numbers? Or do you actually need, like, I don't know. What's 4 digits? Max enchantment takes 3 XP levels, but you need to have 30 XPs to enchant something. Okay, so 30 XPs to kind of like open it up. Then once you do enchant it, it only takes 3 of those levels. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of remember that now. Like if you were doing it in base 10, yeah, right, base 10. Because yeah, essentially how many digits would it take? Like it would take a 4-digit combination, 0 through 9. Oh, gotta add. Okay, I'll tell you afterwards. Okay, so we'll try moving maybe everything to the center. all these are all pushing this direction. We get to the center-ish. In the center we can have... Maybe we could do something like this. 3. The two of them are going to produce what is it? This could do 9,000 per hour. This could do 9,000 per hour. That gets us up to 18. And there's still 22, so there's still 4,000 to do per hour. And yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Kind of sad. We might need kind of space the crafters out. We space them out, then what do? We make blocks, maybe they convert them back down again. Should we just go with 3 crafters spaced out? Seems kind of silly. Most probably use crafters to just get back bone meal down. They are pretty useful for that. Hey, the guy. What are we trying to do? Oh, so I'm trying to make sure we have enough crafters to be able to craft the bamboo as fast as it's being farmed. And from my estimates, the farm produces around 22,000 bamboo per hour. If every hopper, like this hopper here, if this hopper can push in 9,000 items to this crafter, $9,000 per hour, then 1 is 9,000, 2 is 18,000 items per hour, but we need to get up to 22, so that means we need to have a third crafter. To have a third crafter, we kind of need to actually space out the load, because currently, like, most of it's going to this one, most of it's going to this one, and only one of it's going to this one. I think this is 20 wide. 20 wide, I guess we do a little bit of math to figure out what it is exactly. 4 digits is 10,000 combinations. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I guess I could probably figure that out in my head. $10,000, because it's just every digit. Okay, he did 500,000, so yeah, that would take quite a few combinations. Have a good one there, Nada. Thanks for helping out. And you can repeat dies in star repetition. Number combination is 4 billion. 30. Oh, it's an integer limit. I see. 4.2 billion. How wide is the farm? It's 20 wide, I think. Yeah, I think if it's 20 wide, then there isn't really a center. 20 wide. And what do we say? Let me just pull up my calculator on my phone. I don't think it's gonna work what we're doing right now, but it just looks so much better. I just wanted to make it work. The 22,500 items divided by 20 rows. So each row produces 1,000. Wait, every row only produces 1,000? Okay. And we need to somehow get 4,000 used up or so. We need at least 4 rows to go into the last crafter. So you can either space these out even. Or we could put like a couple of them into this middle one. One over there. Once they do craft it down, they're going to craft it into blocks. Once they craft it into blocks, then the blocks all can be sent to just one crafter, which crafts it back into planks. And the planks just get stored pretty much. Get stored, huh? So essentially, it's going to turn 9 items into 2 items, 2 planks, which is going to make it quite a bit more efficient. So instead of dealing with, what do we say, 22,000? Let me take this at 22,000. 500. Oh, I should. Oh, I think I did the bamboo mathematics wrong. I might have to look into it again. Okay, but anyway, 22,000, and then we divide it by 9. That produces about 2,500 of these blocks. And we get twice as many planks out of them, so we just times 2. About 5,000 planks, and that's definitely fast enough for one hopper. So we could push all these into one crafter. So I think we'll shoot them into a row of hoppers here and then go into a crafter. We need to space this out a little bit better. So let's put this one, put it over here, put this one over here. That. Then we'll send all the rest to this crafter here. We won't use these. Okay, so that's all going this direction. And this will go down. And these will all go the opposite direction. So, okay. Okay, so now we kind of split all our bamboo between 3 crafters, so it should be able to keep up. Then, we need all of these to go into one crafter. It's full, does it? It shouldn't wait until it's full, right? Like if this is full, see. I forget how this works. I guess we could just try it. So let's just hook on some whatchamacallits? Observer clocks. Are you guys so glad they came out with observers? They're like so much simpler to create clocks. And they're kind of leg friendly. Oh, I think they're actually pretty leg friendly. Okay. Now they're constantly producing blocks. And they're shoving these blocks in here. So what's happening to this one? How is it? Where's it shoving it? Very full, right? Where's it going? It's not shooting on the ground, is it? Don't tell me where it's going. Oh, is it? Oh, there. Well, that definitely there went something. Okay, maybe it is shooting it at. I just don't see it. Is it somehow getting picked up by this hopper? Oh, maybe it's getting... I don't know. Let me just remove this hopper. Oh, it's shooting sideways? Huh. Let me just stop this one over here. Kind of fascinating. Oh, it's going sideways, and then if I put this here, we got 5 in there. 6. Oh, it's somehow actually getting picked up. Maybe it's going inside of it or something. Probably since I don't have a composter on top, it's actually picking it up. That's fascinating. Okay, that's what I was kind of concerned about. Like the question is like, what happens when it's full? It just shoots it out, right? So it's like we don't really want it to be full. But I think we can. I think if we just spam another clock over here, I think we can make it fast enough that I won't ever fill up. Hopefully, I think that should work fine. But kind of curious what happens there. Alrighty. So now, I think this is probably one of the simpler ways of doing this setup here. So this should be relatively empty, right? Yeah. You can see it's definitely keeping up with it. Cool. So this is what our actual outcome is. Then we got to turn this back into the furnaces, which is kind of crazy. Alrighty. While we wait for that to all craft everything up, I'm gonna grab some more water. And I will be back in just a minute. And meanwhile, check out my socials. They're on screen in the chat. To type while standing up. Okay, I'll be right back. how many plants it produces per hour. So if we clear this, the farm produces 22,500 bamboo plants per hour. And if we take those and we turn them into planks, yeah, I think we do the same thing we did before, where we divide it by 9 and then we times it 2. That means we get 5,000 planks. Comes to a really nice number. Theoretical scientist, maybe theoretical is not the right word. Maybe it's like calculable, like you can calculate it at some point. You don't have to actually continue. Let me read what I missed in chat. Talk about why the farm was. Unique stars, so encoding that many possibilities isn't useful for identifying that many unique locations. Only good as hashing a small amount of possibilities. Possible to make one block wider that has 7 hoppers in each crafter. You could do that if you're really into like balancing the way it looks. More of an aesthetic thing than a functionality thing. Is it even worth making? Yeah, so it's more efficient to make them into blocks and then back into planks than it is to just use the bamboo. In the past, when we didn't have auto crafting, then just using bamboo for fuel is good enough, right? Because you didn't want to bother crafting them all. But there's a slight advantage to craft them into planks. That's something we just kind of calculated in previous streams. The guy says, what do you rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? No context. Only right answer is 10. What if the question is like, how good you are at playing the violin, and you wrote yourself as a 10, and you're like, I don't play the violin at all. Welcome in, Alt or something. Hey, how you doing? Okay, no clue yet. Twitch. Yeah, I've been streaming Twitch maybe 6 years. I don't even know. I should really just write down these numbers because people ask them all the time, like, when do you start streaming on Twitch? Which is a different time than when I became partner in Twitch. Pick hopper sideways into hopper. Composter just reduced leg. Okay, I'm almost getting caught up in chat. Oh, Matthew's in the chat. How you doing? Long time no see. It's been quite busy. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Not supposed to remove check using it. Yeah, it removes some checks. Guy uses a controller. Yuck. I play Java on a controller. I mean, I haven't seen anybody really get upset over playing Java on controller. They're probably just like, it's not as efficient as keyboard, which I recognize. You're 9, -1 for controller. Oh, how good I'm playing Minecraft? I would say playing Minecraft with a controller probably reduces your, like, if you're trying to do PvP, it probably would reduce it down like at least 3 points. I would say probably more. Depends how efficient you got in using all the buttons. Hey, Wiley says, getting ready to start going to work. Have a good one. Thanks for the entertainment. No problem, Wiley. Thanks for chilling in chat. One of our moderators. Okay, so let's finish our calculations. So I said there was 5,000 planks per hour. Now we need to figure out how much each plank does for fuel. We go to our lovely little graph here. Every plank, just find the normal planks. Every plank produces 1.5 items worth of smelting. It's actually pretty good. Because the bamboo itself only does half a block. You get like a slight edge by crafting it up and crafting it down. Okay, yeah, you're right there, Pelican. 1.5. So then we take our 1.5 times the amount that we have. 1.5. That means we get a total of 7,500 smelts per hour per farm. Let me fix my calculations. Oh wait, my calculations do say that. Huh. Okay, apparently I must have did it right. Because I just looked at my notes and it does say 7,500. I don't know how I came to that conclusion. Something suspicious. But if I just did it straight bamboo, I took every single bamboo. I just used the bamboo smelt. I think it's only half a smelt per item. Should be different. Or no, it's only a quarter smelt per item. Okay. Now we times this. Times it's a quarter. Yeah, so the difference is you either get about 5,000 smelts or you get 7,000 smelts. And it's the same amount of items. It's just the difference between you crafting them, not crafting them. Okay, 5,000 planks per hour is 7.5. Yes. Yeah, you could probably smelt the same amount of items in that hour. I'm mostly looking at how much fuel it is. 20 furnaces for a full hour. I don't know about that, but you're probably right. Okay, so we did write that down correctly. Calculations look good. So the end results are that farm there. Oh, I should write down this other number. That farm there produces 164 smelts per module, though. So times 20 modules. Okay, that's only 3,000. 3,200. So this big farm, if you're just sorting away the azaleas, like I'm doing over here, and using those to smelt stuff, you're only going to get 3,000, about 3,300 smelts per hour with this all of this here, 20 modules. And then next up is the bamboo, right? The bamboo, just building this simple farm, which is actually pretty simple. You don't even have to put in this redstone if you don't want to. Well, oh wait, what is? Uh-oh, I think one of my buttons are held down. Oh yeah, the back button was. But yeah, you might need to put in some of this redstone because this automatically launches it to fill up more. I don't think you need this redstone here. And yeah, actually, you might need that just to start it. Oh no, this is actually on and off switch. You can just turn off the minecart, so we're not always running. Found it. Found the single block. But yeah, this farm can do a total of 7,500 smelts per hour. It can do a little over twice as many smelts per hour as that big setup. Downside is, this only runs near a player. You have to be kind of close to it. Then 8 chunks of it. It also doesn't produce any bone meal, right? Because I think the idea was like bamboo is so hard you wouldn't be able to compost it down. And that's why it's not compostable, right? Compostable. Not gonna lie, for how compact the bamboo farm is, the great fuel Build a 21 furnace array per hour. Yeah, that's my conclusion is probably out of the three of these, it's probably still worth doing the bamboo. Like I said, they all have the pros and cons. All these farms to fit within a running distance to farm everything automatically at all times, says the guy. This is actually, these three farms are going to be for upcoming video, where I'm just going to kind of talk about like how the new 1.21 crafter block can be implemented to kind of rechange our thought about what are like the best ways to smelt stuff. So it's kind of like revisiting that, kind of looking at all the different things that you could use to smelt and why I broke it, or why I came to the conclusion that like these three are the best, which I would recommend for the typical player wants to start automating things. So yeah, the bamboo bamboo was 7,500 smelts per hour. Quite simple. Just the rail collection is a little bit more expensive than using like water collections. That's mostly water collection too. And then when it comes to the kelp farm, a little bit bigger. You can see it's taller. Overall, the size is bigger. It's also, I'd say it'd probably take twice as long to build that compared to building that one. Just because to put in this flowing water here, you have to kind of build some extra floors and stuff and break them. Kind of annoying. You also have to build this extra wall here. Might be able to get away from some of this if you build it directly inside of an ocean. But yeah, this one, so that one produces 7,500 smelts per hour. This one produces almost 2,000 smelts per hour. So about 50% better than that one. But yeah, for 50% better, I think I'd just build 2 of those, or just be satisfied with. You can also just build this a little bit longer. You can build it, instead of building it at 4 chunks long, just build it 6 chunks long. It should be about the same as this one. Ooh, not all entities are. Bring her down. Wonder if it's just, is it render? Oh yeah, I guess rendering just helps quite a bit. Okay. What if session to farm every block in the game? Yeah, it's a really cool concept. But I think the only way to kind of do that is if you have to move your player around, unless you're playing with multiple players. You kind of run into the same problem, like some stuff's on the nether, some's in the end dimension, some's in the overworld. Overworld stuff is different locations, just like my key farm. Key farm has to be built at a trial spawner, so. Yeah, the downside to a farm this big is when it does harvest, that is quite a bit of rendered entities. So it's, you can bring down your frames. Let's see how it's doing. It should be pulling this. Oh, I guess it's keeping up pretty well. But this one's still full. This all been working? Hopefully it's been working. Oh yeah, it's still been going. And all the extras ends up here. Okay. Oh, we got first time chatter. Boya cars? Welcome in. See if I can increase my render distance again. kind of cool. So you can turn down your render distance so your computer doesn't lag, but the simulation distance is still being like loaded. So this game's still like processing stuff way in the back there, even though if you turn your render down, you can't actually see it. Oops. Oh, what is this supposed to be? Something here. Yeah, you can't see the stuff in the back, but still working on it. Actually, it might be loaded just because farm isn't that big. Bow is fine. Pokemon bow. Sweet. This is all the surplus we're getting. It does cost a little bit to actually cook these up. So yeah, I guess my conclusion to this whole thing, I would say that so the new one, pretty much the new one, is this one. These two you could still do in the past, but bamboo did get more efficient by crafting down to planks. That one, there's nothing really that makes it more efficient with crafting. You could double check, but I think pretty much the only thing you can craft is moss into moss carpets, which I don't think changes anything. Could double check. Does that affect composting? Let's see. I'll just look this up. I think I'm gonna look up composter. The moss blocks are here at 65% efficiency, and carpet is down here only at 30% efficiency, and it cost 2 carpets or 2 moss to make 3. So yeah, I think you're definitely losing. You're losing 2 60%, and you're getting 3. What was it, 20% or something? Yeah, you're pretty much switching 2 of these or 3 of these. That definitely doesn't add up. So you don't want to be crafting your moss blocks down into carpets in order to compost them, because you lose efficiency. You can't actually turn carpets into moss blocks. But yeah, it's worth looking into. I didn't even think about that until now. And the only things you get from moss is seeds, which don't really have any use. Or here you can see the stuff, and azaleas. Azaleas are the ones I'm using for fuel. But yeah, my conclusion, I would say, probably not really worth it doing the whole kelp thing. The water thing is kind of annoying. Some items still kind of fall out to the side, not perfect, because I just want to avoid putting in walls. I would say just build that. Call it good. But the one downside is you can't get bone meal from it. I guess from this one you could get bone meal, right? You can bone meal. You bone meal for compost kelp. It's right there. Kind of inefficient, and bamboo's not on here, right? Yeah, right. Plant, not possible compost bamboo. Da 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 da. Kind of funny you can't use poisonous potatoes, because in real life, when you get you get like nasty potatoes that come in your garden that aren't edible, you just throw them in the composter, right? Same thing with like meat and fish. So it might be advised not to compost meat. I really don't know. I don't think I've ever really threw meat in a composter. You cannot use moss carpets for fuel though. Yeah, we're not talking about fuel, we're talking about composting. Kind of got off subject. My minds are wandering about composting. Yeah. So that farm can get you bone meal, fuel, and XPs. And technically this farm can do the same thing. It can get you compost, but get you bone meal. And you can also turn it into blocks and get fuel, and then you can also use it with the furnace to get the XPs. So in a way, this actually could be better than the mouse farm. Downside is you have to be near it with a player. But there's some pros and cons. I don't know if I want to build like the whole XP part of it. I should probably mention at least. The thing, in order, I guess you could actually just pull the XPs out here too, right? Maybe that's not a bad idea. We can't directly click on it. I guess for the player we can kind of like stand out here and click on them. Like this maybe. The player can come over here. We still need to lock them, so we might as well put some levers down here. You don't have to lock them, but it'll be easier. Then you can have like this, and you can lock it, and it won't come through. It's stuck in there, and then if you're in survival, make clear my XP. Okay, we're at 0. Now if I pull these items out, because I got 6 XPs. They don't give very much because they're kelp, they're like a food. But yeah, you can do this. Each of these, and get the XPs from them. You have to let it build up quite a bit to get to some nice amounts. This one's been run the longest. Let's try this one. Oh, is it actually backfilling? No way. Wait. Is it something else just locking it? Why isn't it going in here? Maybe it is backfilling. Oh. Okay. Well. Might have to look into that. I thought it'd be able to keep up, but let's see how many XP this gives. Yeah, it gives a bit more. Huh. You're really not able to keep up? What? Mm-hmm. How many we said this thing produces per hour? We said about 9,000 kelp per hour. Which is a little bit over the limit. Maybe we should have two. Maybe we should have 2 hoppers pushing stuff into here. Like I said, pushing them all into one. If you have coming in from 2 sides, probably help. put the crafter back over here again. I shoot it up to this dropper. But then this is underneath of that dropper. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I think I'll just loop this up around the edge here. Not gonna be pretty, but that works. So now we have been getting pushed in from 2 directions. Hopefully, right? Yeah. So it should go through it faster. Yeah, it is. And that should stop this buildup. That or the buildup is just temporary. It's going to eventually clear out. Like there's like a huge rush when the farm operates. There's going to be a huge amount of items coming in. But I mean, it's still trying to go through a bunch of backlogged items. Other than that, then hopefully it should catch up. Cut your calculations quickly. But yeah, this farm could also be used for a fuel farm. Or XP farm. It's actually sustainable too because it produces its own thing that needs a smelt. Where that farm and that farm, you need to make a second farm, you need to make like usually use like a cactus farm or cobble farm. Use a cactus farm or cobble farm in order to give it something to smelt. Because here we're using kelp as a cooking thing, and we're using kelp as the thing that's getting cooked. So it allows you to kind of use one farm for both. That does kind of make the kelp farm useful. So I'm sure people would build the kelp farm. Personally, I probably still wouldn't build it, but depends what your goals are. That's nice. We can kind of see the difference between them. One thing I might want to do is build a water version of this, just see what it looks like. Like if I put this whole thing underneath of solid water, you'd still need to do this flowing water thing here, or you have that second fly machine that collects them off the top. But then it makes it a little bit more difficult, because when you do this part here, like it's pretty easy when there's no water here, but if you're doing this part here, you might want to put in like some maybe some bubble items to pull items downwards. Then how do you pick them up? And the hopper minecart would be too slow. So maybe they can come over somehow and go downwards and pick them up. Or actually, if it's solid water, then we could probably put the collection thing up the top here. Kind of what we were talking about the other time. We just had this weird thing where items were sinking down in the water. But other than that, I think it's all working. I don't know if I'll do that or not. When it comes to upcoming videos, I don't know if I have anything really recorded for this weekend. Probably record something. I have a lot of like partially started, kind of like this project. Like project's mostly done. Still have to record it. And I'm still contemplating putting in the ocean version of it. But there's other farms that I got like partially built, but I don't know if they're really ready for a video. Because you need to custom record. Because we did the video about the beacon farm. We did the video about the crafting farm. Also mixed pistons. So far, actually, the one we were working on is probably the closest video I got to being completing. We already did a video about the mob farm. The raid farm, still need to do a video on that. Just want to see how many XPs it produces per hour, which I probably can calculate because we're pretty close to the maximum the player can intake. Video about useful tricks. We did most of the useful tricks. Still need to show like updated video about chunk loading and peaceful mob farm, peaceful mob switch. I want to show like updated version of those little tricks I showed in the past. Probably going forward, since the main thing is the autocrafter, I'll probably be doing more videos about autocrafters. Kind of already did a video showing like how you can use them to craft anything in the game, but then I'll probably focus more on specific scenarios, like kind of like what we're talking about, how they compare kelp farm versus a bamboo farm versus a moss farm, like how they can be used in kind of more specific scenarios rather than a general one. And I do need to come around and clean up all these extra worlds. You see I got like a gazillion worlds with copies of copies of copies. Just while I'm building stuff, make a lot of copies. I always got a bunch of other smaller projects going on. A lot of ones I started in the past, need to finish them up. Make videos about them. Show you guys. Definitely clean up a lot of worlds. My computer's getting pretty full when it comes to all the different worlds. I'll probably maybe run these farms, maybe clear them out and then run them to see how much they're producing per hour. Let's clear out the chest. Well, maybe we should kind of want to clear all these chests. I don't know why it's taking so long. Probably because it took hours and hours to fill this all up. We'll put in a bunch of chests here, and then maybe I'll run the tick speed, and then we'll see. We'll clear itself out. I don't want to break all these chests and place them all down again. And then after it does that, then we can come in and I can actually measure it for a few hours. I see how it's producing. Let's do the same thing over here. How's this one doing, by the way? Is there any backup? Yeah, there's some backup. Okay, so removing all this, it's slowly going through it. Like there's a lot to go through. Remove this extra junk. Okay, I'll just put some extra chests in here just to, so it has plenty of room to remove all the extras. And for the azaleas, yeah. I know the azalea is getting pretty full too. Kind of nice, we don't have to crouch to place stuff. Okay, so that's all cleared out. I just love it when farms don't break. If a farm doesn't break, then it's like when you're in survival and the farm breaks, you're just like so annoyed. I try to design my farm so they don't have a chance of it breaking. Okay, so that's cleared out. So let's make plenty of storage for the bone meal, because I see that one was being overflown. Is it really already full? Oh my god. Need some more storage. Thing is, like, it's producing this bone meal on top of already producing all of that fuel, azaleas. Okay, well, hopefully that keeps up a little bit. I'll try to clear out all these chests and stuff. And then I'll come in and hopefully, I think I can, if I stand over here, I should be able to run them all at once. Even with the kind of a low render distance. Because that one doesn't actually have to be in random ticked areas. These two have to be though. And maybe we can get some numbers about how much it's producing. We already calculated, like, based off of how fast stuff grows and stuff like that. Calculated how much it should produce per hour, but it would be nice to see exactly how much it actually produces per hour. Go stand over here, take a screenshot. A good one. Yeah, I'm not sure what video I'll put out this weekend. Maybe I could just put out Ray's Grid episode. We'll see. I do try to like put out one video related to like the Minecraft kind of farms and machines a week. Mostly just because I have so many ideas. If I don't put one out a week, then I end up having a week where I put out like 2. And then that gets kind of rushed. But for the whole Christmas, New Year's thing, I wasn't really recording new videos. I was just taking the stuff I already built and working on editing the footage while spending time with family and friends. Yeah, kind of used up all my footage unless I make shorts videos about things that I've already shown before, which is definitely possible. I guess if one video I could do that wouldn't be too hard is whenever there's new versions, like 1.20 came out, I usually do a video where I show all the new 1.20 farms all together. And it's kind of like a review. And I never actually did that this year because I wanted to finish. For some reason I was thinking, oh, I need to finish the Mobhead farm, the Piglin Mobhead farm. I could show that one. But it took me such a long time to finish that video. I never actually got around. But we're technically still on 1.20, so maybe it'll be relevant. I could do a video kind of summarizing all the new 1.20 farms, which I think are all kind of in one world. They're all in this world here. Oh, hey, cuties. Use 50 different fuel farms. 50 different? Wait, how's that even possible? Use chest boats to distribute the fuel. Ah, okay. I use, what? 45,000 furnaces. including ones for kelp farm. Seems huge, like a really huge farm. Over here I have a what do you want to call it? Test boat distributing fuel. Kind of more of a concept idea. I don't know how I moved. Maybe something pushed it. Let's be sitting between these 9. I was bored. Sounds like a massive project. But yeah. This world has about 1.19 farms and about 1.20 farms. But I should just come in and kind of summarize it. I did want to change my sniffer farm. Probably not use water because they did change something with sniffers. I can't remember what it was exactly. Changed something, so I think the water farm was less efficient after the change. I'll have to look at exactly what that is. That's the thing, if I don't make a video about something right away, I mean I probably made it in the snapshot review video, but if I don't talk about it, then I just kind of forget what it is. There's something to do with sniffers. Can't think what it was. I think I could just put them in one location. They should have enough grass that they use up all of it, or enough dirt, and they use it all up, and then they reset again. If I can center them. That's another thing I have to test. I asked some people look in the Minecraft code, and they confirmed in the Minecraft code. It's actually a testing game. Other than that, I think all the other farms that are related to 1.20, I think they all work fine. Disney smelt blocks needs to smelt reality itself. As many furnaces. Make that many furnaces be very close to the chunk band, though. I don't know. I mean, they're probably definitely not one chunk. Oh, there goes. Do some sniffing. Yeah, I think it's something to do with like they get pushed, and then all of a sudden. Yeah, it might. If I remember correctly, maybe the change was that if they get pushed too far away from the place they're digging, then they stop digging. And before they used to just dig up something, no matter where they got moved to. And I think that hurts my farm because these other sniffers are moving, pushing them around, or the water's pushing them. They might not end up digging up. But I think it might be better to do without water, without sniffers. If I put them all in a single stack, pile on top of each other, I think then they can't really push. That 50 different is just vanilla farms. That's kind of crazy. I mean, that is cool to kind of see you. Like, I mean, that's pretty much like every. If you have 50 different ones just to do that, you probably have every single. Are they all different types of farms? Like, are you using 50 different types of fuel farms? Or is it just 50 farms that happen to be hooked together near a fuel farm? Okay, so it's 50 different fuel sources. I mean, is there even 50 different fuel sources in the game? I feel like we just looked at all of them. Unless you're using different types of trees. Here's smelting. So here's all the different ways you can smelt stuff. I mean, there's not 50... There's not like 50 generic types, unless you're counting like every type of wood to be separate. Doing different fuels via different ways. Different fuels, different ways. Okay. There could be different ways. I see. It could be the same type of fuel, but just a different way of getting it. Are you using autocrafters? Because some of these you do need autocrafters. Like, you could use wooden swords to fuel your farm, but it wouldn't be as efficient as just saving them as planks. Oh, if I do a tree farm, okay. All the different colors of carpets. That's true. I forgot about that. You can also do all different colors of wool. Yeah, is that actually that's in here, right? Yeah, there's different colored banners, different colored carpets, different colored wool. I think beds are also in here too, right? Maybe not. Wait, bed's really not in here? They're literally made out of wool and wood. Two burnable things. I don't see them. Makes me question reality. This is stuff you can smell with it. Stuff you put like in the top of it. Big bamboo farm. You got dried kelp farm, carpet, banners, your raid farm. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I suppose you could also put like the fishing poles from your fishing farm, bows from your fishing farm, crossbows from your raid farm, that kind of thing. Blaze rods, coal, another farm. That is cool though. Where you hook them all up together. Nice, nice, nice. I guess it's also probably good when I talk about fuel. I could also probably talk about like carpet dupers for fuel, and I guess you could also try like dupe scaffolding for fuel. That would be a very bizarre way of getting fuel compared to carpet dupers. But it's probably a good time to talk about that. Talk about all the different types of fuel. Charcoal. Yeah, I didn't even look into charcoal. I just consider charcoal like. Yeah, I don't know if that sniffer there actually dug up something when it got pushed. Charcoal. You can either turn it into a plank. What did you say a plank was? I think planks are all 1.5. You can turn to 4 1.5s or 8. Oh, yeah, it's definitely more efficient to go with 8, but 4 halves is 6, so it's like 6 first 8. It's not like more efficient, but not like crazy more efficient. The reason I didn't look into tree farms is because the playerless tree farms, like nether ones, you can't actually make charcoal out of them. The Zilly ones you can, but they're pretty slow without a player unless you make tons of them. That's some farms from my mods. Oh, okay. But yeah, I should probably mention all the different types, because I'll probably also mention like why I don't recommend blaze or lava buckets for a fuel source. Most of these are kind of niche ones. Sapling's probably not a good use. Good thing is like something you gotta choose between like burning your saplings, your extra saplings, or composting them. And they're both not too good. It's kind of funny how you can burn carpet, but you can't burn moss carpet. Really dead bushes. Oh, dead bushes you can burn them, but you can't compost them. Huh. It's not a crafting recipe for dead bushes. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be a crafting recipe. They just can make a way for them to be renewable. You know, like people talked about, maybe you could dry down a tree somehow and turn it into a dead bush, or dry down. Actually, azalea. If you like sheared azalea bush, it could turn into a dead bush. Because azalea is kind of like already a bush, right? It's actually not a bad idea. Mojang, if you're watching, do that. Shearing azalea bushes to bushes. That would actually be pretty straightforward for people to understand. I'm sure someone else already thought about that. Shear sheep, carpet dupers. Have lava farms. Yeah, I don't like lava farms because you just need a player to scoop up the lava. Wish you could do it with dispensers and buckets. Yeah, I'm not sure which video I'll try to put out. We can probably make it just a short and simple one. Maybe even a shorts video, 1 minute video. I'm writing stuff. Man, these guys are like see how it's like digging up stuff, and then I think if it gets pushed, then it stops the digging. Something like that. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, a lot of cool ideas. It just takes time to implement all of them. So I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. It's getting a little bit tired, so we'll find somebody for us to raid. I think just since talking with family, friends over Christmas, New Year's, my voice is still a little bit tired from all that. So we'll find somebody, continue the Minecraft fun. You guys, have you guys all join. Stick around so we can raid as a big party. Someone else doing some Minecraft. Let's raid Jamal. He's a hardcore Minecraft player. Oh, wait. Is he AFK? Let's see. He might be AFK just for a short period. Hopefully the time to get there. What's his food break? How long has he been on a food break? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how long his break's gonna be. Maybe we'll choose someone else. Never know when someone's gonna come back from the food break. Let's raid. Raid Benix. He's a hardcore Minecraft player. He does like really crazy speed runs. He doesn't actually play hardcore version of Minecraft. He's hardcore into Minecraft. But yeah, let's raid Benix. I'll just snooze that ad there. Wait, we got raid started. If you guys know who Benix is, he does Minecraft speedruns, both here on Twitch and also makes YouTube videos about speedrunning. He does all sorts of types. Normal, like speedruns, get to the dragon. He's also doing a speedrun where he's trying to get all the different advancements. Right now, looks like he's doing one where he's trying to get full netherite. So I'm guessing that means getting like diamond armor and then upgrading it to netherite. I'm guessing maybe it's just gear, probably not tools. We'll see how that is going for them. If you guys get all to join in